In the scorching heat of the Gobi Desert, where time seems to stand still beneath the relentless Mongolian sun, paleontologist Sarah Chen made a discovery that would challenge everything we thought we knew about dinosaur evolution. The year was 2023, and the world of paleontology was about to be turned upside down. The first glimpse of the fossil came as Chen's brush carefully swept away millions of years of sediment, revealing something that defied conventional classification. There, embedded in the ancient rock layers, lay the remains of a creature that would force scientists to redraw the evolutionary tree of dinosaurs. The specimen was unlike anything previously discovered, a bizarre combination of features that seemed to belong to different dinosaur groups. As Chen's team worked meticulously to expose more of the fossil, questions began to multiply faster than answers could be found. What kind of creature could possess the skull structure of a theropod, but the limb proportions of an ornithischian? How could such a significant evolutionary anomaly have remained hidden for so long? The initial excavation revealed a creature approximately 20 feet in length, with a skull that bore characteristics of both predator and herbivore. The teeth, particularly intriguing, showed a pattern of wear that suggested a diet no other known dinosaur had adopted. The sediment layers dated back to the late Jurassic period, approximately 150 million years ago, a time when dinosaur diversity was reaching its peak. The site itself told a story of a changing environment. The rock formations indicated a landscape that had once been a lush wetland, transitioning into a more arid region. This environmental shift might have created the perfect conditions for the evolution of such a unique creature. As news of the discovery spread through the scientific community, debates began to rage. Some paleontologists argued that this could represent a completely new family of dinosaurs, while others suggested it might be the missing link between major dinosaur groups. The fossil's preservation was remarkable, with nearly 80% of the skeleton intact, including soft tissue impressions that would later prove crucial in understanding its unique adaptations. The real mystery lay in the creature's apparent isolation in the fossil record. How could such a successful body plan, clearly well adapted to its environment, leave no other traces? Where were its ancestors, and why had no descendants been found? These questions would drive years of research and lead to unprecedented collaboration between international institutions. The discovery site continued to yield new surprises as the excavation expanded. Trace fossils found nearby suggested complex behavior patterns, including evidence of social interaction and possibly even parental care, behaviors that would have been considered impossible for a creature of its time. The implications of these findings extended far beyond this single specimen, challenging our understanding of dinosaur intelligence and social structures during the Jurassic period. Chen's team worked through the seasons, battling sandstorms and extreme temperatures to carefully document every aspect of the site. Each new detail added layers of complexity to an already perplexing puzzle. The creature's hip structure suggested it could alternate between bipedal and quadrupedal locomotion, a feature previously unknown in its size class. This adaptability might explain its success in an environment that was undergoing significant changes. But it also raised new questions about the development of locomotion in dinosaurs. How did such a flexible body plan evolve? What selective pressures drove these adaptations? As the first year of excavation drew to a close, the team had barely scratched the surface of the site's potential. The initial fossil was just the beginning. There were indications of more specimens buried deeper in the formation. What other secrets lay buried beneath the Gobi sands? How many more of our theories about dinosaur evolution would need to be revised? The impact of this discovery would ripple through the scientific community for years to come, forcing researchers to reconsider long-held assumptions about dinosaur evolution and adaptation. The creature from the Gobi was more than just a new species. It represented a new chapter in our understanding of life's history on Earth. The detailed analysis of the Gobi specimen, now formally named Paradoxosaurus mongoliensis, revealed a creature that seemed to defy the established rules of dinosaur evolution. Laboratory studies conducted across 3 continents began to paint a picture of an animal that was far more sophisticated than initially thought. Advanced imaging techniques revealed a brain cavity that was proportionally larger than those of its contemporaries, with well-developed optical lobes suggesting enhanced visual capabilities. The creature's sensory adaptations indicated an animal that could thrive in both daylight and low-light conditions, a significant advantage in an environment with extreme temperature fluctuations. Closer examination of the skull revealed an unprecedented arrangement of air sacs and neural pathways, suggesting a level of sensory processing previously unknown in Jurassic dinosaurs. The creature's respiratory system showed evidence of an efficient oxygen processing capability that would have allowed it to maintain high activity levels despite the challenging environmental conditions of its time. The specimen's unique dental arrangement became a focal point of research, with 3 distinct tooth morphologies present in a single jaw, a feature never before seen in any dinosaur species. Microscopic wear patterns on the teeth suggested an omnivorous diet, but with specializations that indicated selective feeding strategies beyond simple opportunistic behavior. The animal's feeding mechanics, reconstructed through detailed biomechanical modeling, showed it was capable of generating bite forces comparable to those of specialized predators, while maintaining the ability to process tough plant material efficiently. This dietary flexibility would have been a significant advantage during periods of environmental stress. The creature's skeletal structure continued to yield surprises under scrutiny. The vertebral column showed evidence of specialized muscle attachments that would have allowed for both explosive speed and sustained activity, challenging our understanding of dinosaur metabolism and energy utilization. The limb bones exhibited an unusual combination of robust construction and pneumatic features, suggesting an animal that could both sprint and maintain steady locomotion over long distances. Growth rings in the bones indicated that Paradoxosaurus reached maturity faster than other dinosaurs of similar size, but with a more complex growth pattern that included distinct developmental stages. This accelerated maturation might explain how the species could adapt rapidly to changing environmental conditions. The discovery of multiple specimens in different growth stages allowed researchers to reconstruct the creature's life history with unprecedented detail. Evidence suggested that juvenile Paradoxosaurus underwent significant morphological changes during development, with different stages showing adaptations to different ecological niches. This developmental plasticity might explain the species' success in a changing environment and its ability to exploit various resources. Trace element analysis of the bones revealed patterns of migration, suggesting these animals moved seasonally between different habitats. The implications of such behavior for Jurassic ecosystem dynamics were profound, indicating a level of environmental adaptation previously unrecognized in dinosaurs of this period. The discovery forced paleontologists to reconsider how dinosaurs responded to climate fluctuations and resource availability. Soft tissue impressions preserved in the fine-grained sediments provided tantalizing glimpses of the animal's external appearance. Evidence of specialized scales and possibly filamentous integumentary structures suggested an animal with sophisticated temperature regulation capabilities. These adaptations would have been crucial in an environment with extreme temperature fluctuations between day and night. The question remained, how did such a sophisticated set of adaptations evolve in apparent isolation? What were the selective pressures that drove the development of such a unique combination of features? And why did this evolutionary experiment appear to end without leaving any known descendants? The answers might lie in the continuing excavation of the Gobi site, where each new layer of sediment held the potential for further revelations about this extraordinary creature. The publication of the initial findings about Paradoxosaurus in Nature triggered an unprecedented wave of scientific controversy that would reshape our understanding of dinosaur evolution. The fossil evidence presented was so extraordinary that it polarized the paleontological community, leading to intense debates at conferences and in peer-reviewed journals worldwide. 3 major competing theories emerged to explain the unusual characteristics of Paradoxosaurus, each supported by respected researchers and compelling evidence. The traditional evolutionary model simply could not account for the sudden appearance of such a complex suite of adaptations. The first hypothesis, championed by a team from Cambridge University, suggested that Paradoxosaurus represented a case of extreme convergent evolution, where multiple lineages had contributed to its unique features through previously unknown hybridization events. They pointed to subtle variations in bone structure that seemed to indicate genetic contributions from both Saurischian and Ornithischian lineages. This hypothesis, while controversial, gained support as genetic analysis of preserved proteins revealed patterns of amino acid sequences that seemed to support multiple ancestral contributions. A second group of researchers, led by the University of Chicago's Paleontology department, proposed a more radical theory. They suggested that Paradoxosaurus represented a previously unknown evolutionary phenomenon they termed adaptive radiation compression, where rapid environmental changes drove accelerated evolution across multiple traits simultaneously. They supported their theory with evidence from the surrounding geological strata, which showed signs of dramatic climate fluctuations during the period when Paradoxosaurus would have evolved. The discovery of stress markers in the bones of multiple specimens seemed to support this hypothesis of rapid adaptation under environmental pressure. The third major theory, perhaps the most controversial, came from a coalition of Chinese and Russian scientists who argued that Paradoxosaurus might represent evidence of a completely separate radiation of dinosaurs that had evolved in isolation in Central Asia. They pointed to unique features in the creature's brain case and vertebral structure that had no clear evolutionary precursors in any known dinosaur lineage. This ghost lineage hypothesis suggested that our understanding of dinosaur evolution might be far more incomplete than previously thought. The debate intensified as new specimens continued to be discovered. Each new find seemed to simultaneously support and contradict aspects of all three theories, leading to increasingly complex explanations. The discovery of nesting sites with preserved egg clutches added another layer of complexity to the puzzle. The eggs showed unique structural features that didn't match any known dinosaur group, yet contained embryos with recognizable Paradoxosaurus characteristics. Analysis of growth rings in the bones of embryonic specimens revealed patterns of development, unlike anything seen in other dinosaur species, suggesting a unique life history strategy that defied current evolutionary models. As the scientific community grappled with these findings, the implications extended far beyond Paradoxosaurus itself. If any of the proposed theories were correct, it would mean significant revisions to our understanding of evolutionary mechanisms. How many other unique evolutionary experiments might have occurred during the age of dinosaurs? What other extraordinary adaptations might have evolved and disappeared without leaving obvious traces in the fossil record? The debate was further complicated by the discovery of trace fossils showing complex social behaviors. Trackways preserved in fine-grained sediments suggested coordinated group movements, while evidence of communal nesting sites indicated sophisticated social structures. These behavioral adaptations seem to have appeared suddenly in the fossil record, challenging our understanding of the evolution of dinosaur social behavior. The scientific community found itself facing fundamental questions about the nature of evolutionary change. Could traditional models of gradual evolution explain the appearance of such a unique creature? Or did Paradoxosaurus represent evidence of evolutionary mechanisms we had yet to understand? As research continued, each new discovery seemed to raise more questions than it answered, forcing paleontologists to confront the limitations of current evolutionary theory. The painstaking process of reconstructing Paradoxosaurus's life and environment revealed an animal that pushed the boundaries of what scientists thought possible for Jurassic dinosaurs. Advanced computer modeling, combining data from hundreds of fossil specimens and environmental indicators, began to paint a picture of a creature that was far more sophisticated than initially imagined. The creature's neural architecture, revealed through detailed CT scanning of multiple skull specimens, showed brain structures that indicated cognitive capabilities far beyond those previously attributed to dinosaurs of its era. Evidence suggested that Paradoxosaurus possessed neural networks dedicated to complex problem-solving and social interaction, challenging long-held assumptions about dinosaur intelligence. Biomechanical analysis revealed a creature capable of extraordinary physical feats. Its unique musculoskeletal system allowed for rapid acceleration from a standing start, with estimated running speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. Yet, it could also maintain steady, efficient locomotion for extended periods, suggesting an animal adapted for both pursuit hunting and long-distance migration. The creature's sensory capabilities proved equally remarkable. Three-dimensional reconstructions of its inner ear structures indicated exceptional balance and spatial awareness, while analysis of its olfactory bulbs suggested a sense of smell rivaling that of modern wolves. These sensory adaptations, combined with its enhanced cognitive capabilities, painted a picture of an apex predator with hunting abilities that would have made it formidable in any ecosystem. Evidence of social behavior became increasingly compelling as more specimens were discovered. Preservation sites revealed groups of individuals in close proximity, with varying age ranges represented. Toothmark analysis on prey specimens suggested coordinated hunting strategies, while trackways preserved in limestone showed evidence of group movements in formation patterns that indicated sophisticated social coordination. The discovery of multiple nesting sites provided unprecedented insights into Paradoxosaurus's reproductive strategy. The nests, carefully constructed in sheltered locations, showed evidence of extended parental care. Growth rings in juvenile specimens suggested a prolonged period of development, during which young animals would have learned complex behaviors from adults. This level of parental investment was previously unknown in Jurassic dinosaurs. Environmental reconstruction revealed that Paradoxosaurus inhabited a complex ecosystem that underwent dramatic changes throughout its reign. Evidence suggested the species survived multiple climate fluctuations by adapting its behavior and diet. Isotope analysis of tooth enamel showed seasonal variations in food sources, indicating an ability to switch between different prey types as availability changed. The creature's impact on its ecosystem appeared to have been profound. Prey species showed evidence of evolutionary responses to Paradoxosaurus's hunting pressure, developing new defensive adaptations. Plant communities in the region showed signs of selective pressure from its feeding patterns, suggesting it played a key role in shaping the local environment. Advanced modeling of its metabolic capabilities, based on bone structure and growth patterns, indicated an animal with an unusually sophisticated energy management system. It could maintain high activity levels when needed, but also conserve energy efficiently during periods of resource scarcity. This metabolic flexibility would have been crucial in an environment with seasonal variations in food availability. The why question of Paradoxosaurus's sudden disappearance from the fossil record became even more puzzling as evidence of its success mounted. How could a species so well adapted to its environment, with such sophisticated physical and behavioral adaptations, vanish without leaving any clear descendants? What catastrophic event or gradual change could have led to the extinction of such a successful evolutionary experiment? The implications of these findings extended far beyond paleontology. The discovery forced researchers to reconsider fundamental assumptions about the pace and pattern of evolution, the capabilities of ancient organisms, and the complexity of prehistoric ecosystems. What other extraordinary creatures might have existed, their remarkable adaptations forever lost to time? The impact of Paradoxosaurus on our understanding of dinosaur evolution continues to reverberate through the scientific community years after its initial discovery. As research teams across the globe continue to analyze data from the Gobi specimens, new insights emerge that challenge fundamental assumptions about evolutionary processes. The integration of advanced analytical techniques, including molecular, paleontology, and artificial intelligence-driven morphological analysis, has revealed patterns that suggest evolutionary mechanisms far more complex than previously imagined. The preservation of partial proteins in some specimens has allowed for unprecedented insights into the creature's biochemistry, revealing metabolic adaptations that blur the lines between different dinosaur lineages. These findings have forced a fundamental reassessment of how we classify extinct species and understand their evolutionary relationships. The dating of various specimens has revealed that Paradoxosaurus existed for approximately 2 million years, a relatively short span, in evolutionary terms, yet long enough to leave an indelible mark on its ecosystem. Evidence suggests that its presence triggered cascading evolutionary responses throughout the local food web, leading to adaptations in both prey species and competing predators. This phenomenon, termed the Paradoxosaurus effect by researchers, demonstrates how a single highly adapted species can reshape entire ecosystems. The mystery of the creature's extinction has spawned numerous research initiatives focused on understanding the vulnerability of highly specialized species to environmental change. Evidence from the geological record suggests that Paradoxosaurus disappeared during a period of relative climatic stability, making its extinction all the more puzzling. Some researchers propose that its very success may have contributed to its downfall, as its efficient predation and resource utilization may have ultimately destabilized its ecosystem. The implications of Paradoxosaurus for our understanding of contemporary biodiversity and conservation are profound. The discovery demonstrates how quickly evolution can produce extraordinary adaptations under the right conditions, but also how vulnerable such specialized species can be to extinction. This has led to new perspectives on the conservation of modern species with unique adaptations, particularly in rapidly changing environments. The search for similar evolutionary experiments in the fossil record has intensified, with expeditions launched to explore analogous geological formations across Asia and beyond. The possibility that other unique evolutionary lineages existed, their remains yet to be discovered, has energized the field of paleontology and attracted a new generation of researchers. Advanced scanning techniques applied to previously discovered fossils have revealed evidence of features similar to those found in Paradoxosaurus, suggesting that such evolutionary innovations may have been more common than previously thought. This has led to a re-evaluation of numerous specimens in museum collections worldwide, with several promising candidates for further investigation identified. The broader implications for evolutionary theory continue to generate intense debate. How many other evolutionary experiments occurred during the age of dinosaurs? What combinations of environmental conditions and selective pressures could produce such remarkable adaptations? And perhaps most intriguingly, what does the existence of Paradoxosaurus tell us about the potential for evolution to produce novel solutions to environmental challenges? As technology advances and new analytical techniques become available, the Paradoxosaurus specimens continue to yield new insights. Three-dimensional printing of its skeletal structure has allowed for unprecedented physical modeling of its movement and capabilities, while virtual reality reconstructions provide new ways to understand its behavior and ecology. The legacy of Paradoxosaurus extends beyond its contribution to evolutionary theory. It stands as a testament to the incredible diversity of life that has existed on Earth and a reminder of how much remains to be discovered. Its study has sparked new approaches to understanding extinction events and their long-term impact on biodiversity. As climate change threatens modern ecosystems, the lessons learned from Paradoxosaurus become increasingly relevant. What can this ancient creature teach us about adaptation and resilience in the face of environmental change? How can its story inform our approaches to conservation and species protection? The questions raised by Paradoxosaurus continue to challenge our understanding of evolution, extinction, and the complex web of life that has existed throughout Earth's history.